For rationale of this study, the effects of online class to competence and skills of hospitality management students has a big impact in relation of students' emotional and behavioral attitude. Face-to-face classes are exceptionally important because it is the foremost successful way to learn. But this worldwide pandemic came. The normal face-to-face classes altered into what we called online class. In 2017, Don Levy claimed that online class can help the hospitality management students to gain important technology skills to improve their marketability. The effects of online class can also cause social isolation, and it can cause the students to not develop their needed communication skills.
Background of the study. This study shows the effects of online classes to competencies and skills of a hospitality management student. For students, it's not easy because most students are not proficient in online classes or they do not know how to use gadgets. The main problem of online classes is they do not have physical interaction during online classes. Because we don't know if the student is the one who does or answer the examination or activities through online, because most of them are just copied their answer to increase their grade. Students do not experience face-to-face activities. In an hospitality management course, it is difficult to have no experience in cooking or in an hotel. A student may have a hard time coping with online classes, and also most of the students could not follow the lesson due to slow connections. According to the best school, Fred 1900, the industrial age and early computer technology as emerging in a time when the steam engine was discovered modern technology. The earliest computers were born during the industrial era.
These are the problem statements that are related to our topic. First is students do not have physical interaction during online class, which may lead to misunderstanding or confusion to the students about the topic, lessons, or subjects, or thoughts of opinions that the professor has been teaching. Second is, students do not experience face-to-face activities, which is the problem of hospitality industry because it teaches all about skills and it develops about skills of the student. And lastly, third is, students' quality of work may decline due to limited learning, which leads the student to do rush things and to be not productive.
In our literature review, according to some journals, the students in the industry of hospitality management needs to know the 5 knowledge. These are the operation, the hospitality, the food and beverage, the menus, and the complexity. For the operation, it was expected to gain more knowledge because it holds a lot of works and departments. For the hospitality, it is more on behind the scenes, giving knowledge and skills with generosity. For the food and beverage, it focuses more on the services. And for the menu, it is important to know the different information of the foods and drinks. And lastly, the complexity. It is the desire to learn the different food and beverage operation, the variety of cuisines, the organization structures, and the operating system. The purpose of this study is to share or to clarify the knowledge of how this virtual affects the knowledge and skills of a student. And for the second framework of literature review, it is important to know the measures of a student's preparedness for their future career. This study aims to know how the hospitality curriculum contributes to students' preparedness from their perspective. Most of this study seems to emphasize the overall educational experience or educational environment in the hospitality industry. Generic skills framework has been incorporated in the curriculum assessment process in the hospitality education. The students also need to be competent and able to use their skills and knowledge effectively to achieve a purpose. The framework used in this study consists of skills and knowledge to develop a good competencies. This framework is established to know the purpose of the study that can be used as a generic skills and competencies in the hospitality industry.
This conceptual framework explains that e-learning or electric learning, or what we call these days online classes, has several problems which can't be resolved through online because of its lack of skills and knowledge that a student must have. Skills that make students more productive and knowledge that make students more intelligent. The purpose of this research is to explain the effects of online class through skills and knowledge of hospitality management students, and also this explains the effects of online class to the students who are currently enrolled to it. Our research objectives are: determine the effects of virtual classes to the knowledge and skills of a student, determine the bad effects of online class, and last, to analyze the difference of online class to the face-to-face teaching.
For the significance of the study, hospitality industry is a broad category of fields within service industry. It is important due to wide availability of jobs and a positive economic impact it has on local and international communities. And in order to be successful in this field, there are some set of skills you will need to absorb. That's why face-to-face class is really important to the professor and hospitality management student, for them to focus more in developing student skills and experience. And actual performance is the most effective way to learn in this course. But we can't avoid circumstances. Pandemic came. Online classes became mandatory, and it affects everyone in different way. So this study aims to discuss the effects of online class to skills and competencies of hospitality management student. It is important because its finding may benefits the following. First is the professor. The result of this study can be helpful for them to know the changes can be done to make online classes still effective to hospitality management student. Second is to the student. This study considers the advantages and disadvantages on taking hospitality course through online class. Third is the future researcher. This study can serve as basis for further study about the effects of online class to hospitality management students. That's all. Thank you.
Quantitative research. In a quantitative research, there are descriptive, correlational, causal, comparative, experimental. And this study utilizes the descriptive survey method. This method describes the good and bad effects of online classes to knowledge and skills in an hospitality management course in Pamantasan ng lungsod ng Pasig. We expanded the information we gathered and explained each side by side of this topic, and we add more knowledge based on our experience as an hospitality management students. This study involves hospitality management students sa Pamantasan ng lungsod ng Pasig. So, a voluntary response sample. Voluntary response sample is defined as a type of sample made by self-chosen. It's up to them if they're gonna answer the survey or not. It's just their opinion as a student.
For For the data collection method, the researcher used survey questionnaire to gather data and information from a study sample consisting of Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management students of Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig. The questionnaire were given out to the recipients through Google survey form.
For the development of research instruments, the researchers used the questionnaire to cite the respondents' reaction and interpretation about the study. The research questionnaires are made out of 10 questions that are answerable based on your experiences within the effects of online class to competence and skills of hospitality management students. The research questionnaires are often answerable at the convenience of the respondents by Google Forms. Respondents got the chance to answer the questionnaire in settings conducive for them.
The completed outline of survey questionnaire that is going to conduct through Google Form was tested by some hospitality management students who are currently studying at Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig to establish its content, validity, and reliability. Those two personal and not needed questions have been removed. Some items have been suggested were added to improve the questionnaire, and it was submitted to the professor of researcher for approval.